Hey everyone, it's Derek here with Moist Sauce Productions, and today we are back under the hood, and we don't have to put the car on jacks or anything like that, but today we're actually dealing with this is a rear oil separator, or a catch can, and the reason why I have one of these, or I'm installing one of these, is because 2013 Focus ST, or I guess all the Focus STs that America has, are direct injection. There are much better people and much smarter people that can actually explain this, but essentially what happens is that when gas is combusted in the engine, there's actually a bit of oil that comes back through the intake, and a front and a rear one will probably get around 95% of this and get rid of this and actually keep this oil that's getting pushed back into the intake in this little canister, and that way you're supposed to change it basically every oil change that you make, so every 5 to 6,000 miles. So that's the reason why I'm installing this, and this also is supposed to stop, or like I said, prevent around 95% of carbon buildup in the pistons, I believe. So, and when we actually install the front one, which this one's a JLT one from CJ Pony Parts, which I'll link in the description below, but the other one, the front mounted one, is going to be a radium can, or radium catch can, which is basically double the amount of this. But this is a 3-ounce rear catch can, and yeah, let's get installing it. So I've watched a few videos of this install, and that's mainly the reason why I saw and thought this would be fairly easy to do at 12:30 in the morning, but it comes with directions. It says you need a Phillips regular screwdriver, or Phillips and a flathead, light oil, and an 8mm socket. So it says to remove the factory intake tube from here and here. So it says to start off by, well, it doesn't actually say start off, but the first thing we're going to do is actually remove the top of the engine. So the engine cover, I actually have gloves now, so I will use the gloves so I don't get my hands dirty, because I prefer not to get my hands dirty and also not to cut my hands, so if I can avoid it, then I will do that. I also have a headlamp on because the garage here does not have the best lighting, so hopefully you'll be able to see everything. First things first, take that baby off. Pretty easy. There's 4 clamps, here, here, and here, and here. Easy to remove, simple. Alright, that's really dirty. Okay, so the first thing it said to remove is this right here. So we're going to remove this bolt. I believe it's an 8mm bolt, so I'm going to get that. So the rear one's supposed to be the easier one to do. The front one is supposed to be slightly more complicated because you actually have to take the intake manifold off. So you'll end up having to take this, unbolting all of these, which 6 bolts I believe, and you actually have to take this off, and yeah, because there's a PCV underneath here that connects to this whole thing, and that's what you want to connect your hose into, because that's where all the issues are coming from. According to this, I'm supposed to take off these clamps here, which are, not sure, guess I can play around with it and try to wiggle it off. This thing is completely dirty. Oh, there's a clamp here, and there's a clamp on this one. Okay, there it is. So that might be 8mm too, hopefully. That's not, I think I can get it off with my flathead screwdriver. cloudy head. It's starting to rain outside pretty badly. Okay, so that's the top of that. So I guess we can leave that portion in. Bendable, so. Okay, so now it says squeeze the PCV, so let's get you in a little bit closer here. Alright, I'm gonna hand hold this thing. So right behind the intake right here is the PC, or is that what it's called? Yeah, it's the factory PCV hose. And it wants me to remove this portion right here. And then I believe there should be something, oh, right here. So here, let me get the light on there. So right here is the other hose going into the intake, so I need to take that one out too, I believe. So we'll do that right now. Alright, so we're going to squeeze it and pull it out, I guess. Alright, so it's from the top and the bottom, and it's not the easiest to get out, but it's not the most difficult. It's fairly easy to get out. So basically right here, you're squeezing it up on top here, and then you're taking it out, and then this is also connected to the intake as well, so you're squeezing right there and taking it out too. So alright, so the next step we're actually going to do is we're actually going to attach this here. So this is how this is going to fit on here right now. Alright, and this requires a Phillips head. Okay, so the next thing we're actually supposed to do is, these are two different fittings, so you're supposed to take the small fitting, take it out of the stock portion here. So as I understand, you just sort of wiggle it out. There you go, and it's got some oil on there, so you can see that it's bypassing some of that, and that's why you get some oil smell in the engine. So and then we're supposed to take our long hose that comes with our line here, so, and then stick this on there. It goes on pretty easy. Okay, finally figured this out. Basically what happened is that this clamp is meant for this shorter clamp here, or this shorter hose here. The longer one, you don't need it. This goes straight to the PCV, the smaller one, and this one hooks up to the larger one on this side. So the clamp actually goes from this one that comes with the actual catch can to the stock one portion here. So and this clamp goes on that portion instead of this 1/2 inch, which it would never fit on unless you really force it on. So that's something that your stupid directions and the stupid video that I'm watching does not include. So that took like 20 minutes to do. So I'm gonna fiddle around with it to make sure it's on the right side, make sure it's not like hitting anything to actually like fray it or anything like that, because this thing is pretty sharp. So I could also probably put like electrical tape over it so that to make sure it doesn't so it doesn't do any harm. I probably don't want it sticking downwards too, I probably want it upwards, so I'm gonna fix that now too. So I got that basically figured out. So this is gonna be basically set up like this, and then I gotta get this hose on here, and that smaller pipe or PCV has to go on there as well. So this will have to go on this side. So basically I'm going to set it up like this, And what I've been told is that you don't need, this is going to be tight enough, so apparently I don't need a clamp for that, and if I do, it didn't come with it, so, and the directions don't say it, and nobody mentions it in any videos, so there we are. So this is supposed to be fairly difficult to put on as well. So let's do that. Just bring out the freaking thing. Okay. Almost there. That looks good there. So this will be basically like this. This is how that's gonna work. Yeah, that's how it looks in the picture, so it should be good, right? So next thing is, well, at least now according to my directions, is this J-clip here. So this will hook up to the chassis, and then this will mount the actual catch can. So this will basically hook up to here, and then this will screw into here. And that should be it. And I'll bring you over to that side over there now. Down here is where I'm going to put this J-clip here, and that's where the oil cooler, or sorry, not the oil cooler, but the oil separator is gonna, or catch can, or whatever you want to call it. So do not drop this, Derek. Okay. So that's hooked up right there, and then should be good to mount that up. Alright, so everything's in. While I wasn't on video, I hooked up that PCV to that and the other one right there that you can see right in there. And I haven't hooked up this intake back up yet, but that's the easy part. That's not difficult. What I'm trying to get to is, for example, if I'm on a track day and my catch can fills up, how the hell do I get to this thing? So I've actually been trying to fumble around with it and trying to pull it out, and nothing's really worked. I've thought about unscrewing it, and actually the car would obviously have to be off, but like on a track day, that's not gonna happen. So this thing has to cool down too, so I'm not sure if there's any risk of actually taking this out while the car's running or anything. I'm pretty sure it's not, because this is all air, so that shouldn't be that big of an issue, and nothing should really be pouring back in there. But with my gloves and whatnot, I've tried to really just unscrew this, and I don't have any place that I can really turn it from. The space in here is just really limited. So I looked at the other radium catch can, and that actually gets mounted right up in here, which is another place that's not the easiest to, to get your hand into and unscrew. So and I looked up online how to actually do this, and there doesn't seem to be the easiest way to do it. I think the front one will be here, so it should be pretty easy to get to. It mounts up right here, I believe, and then I should be able to unscrew it from here. That doesn't seem that difficult, but it did come with like a router, so you can route it, so you could drain it basically into like a can or something like that. So for the radium catch cans, they have something at the bottom of them. So for this one, for example, it would be underneath here, and they have you can drain it to a separate place that's easier to get to. So for track days, it would be quite easier to just drain it out if it was getting full. But it was $30, and I didn't think it was necessary. But it also can't hook up to this JLT one, so
I'm not entirely sure how they just removed this from for the 10,000 mile service that it says, but it seems like it's not the best design and it doesn't make the most sense. It looks like the only way you can actually get this out is basically, and screwed back in, is basically moving this a little bit higher and bending it a little bit so you can actually get an angle on it. So it's kind of janky, but I mean, I don't know, there's really no other way of doing it. So yeah, it's 2 o'clock right now. I'm gonna end the video, but basically if I found out a better way to empty the catch can, I'll let you guys know and I will make an update video on that. And I'll also be posting a video on the radium front catch can, so make sure you tune in for that one. And also just thank you all for watching and hopefully see you in the next video.